Good morning, Cardinals. It is Ashley Martin, and you are watching Catholic University News. Today's top stories will include the student government election, a local political conference, a false alarm threat on campus, the retirement of a greatly respected professor, 3 Rome School events, and a journalism panel. The Student Government Association recently had their elections on April 11th. For weeks beforehand, both tickets, New Day CUA and Rise Catholic U, campaigned by tabling outside and speaking with students about their platforms. Rise Catholic U won by the tightest margin in student government history with 1,312 students voting. In early March, the Conservative Political Action Conference was once again hosted in the D.C. area at the Gaylord National Harbor Resort. With the conference being moved to Florida the last 2 years due to the COVID pandemic, hundreds of more students from the local D.C. colleges were able to attend the conference this year. I had the opportunity of speaking with the president of Network of Enlightened Women at the Catholic University chapter, Franchetta Groves, about how attending this conference allowed her to network with several media outlets.
I really enjoyed walking Media Row and just connecting with different people in the media. I think just hearing different thoughts and having the opportunity to just hear what people have to say in the direction of the Republican Party is always helpful.
A couple weeks ago, a call was made to the Metropolitan Police Department regarding an active shooter at Trinity College that was moving toward the Catholic University area. The police swept through both campuses to ensure there was no active threat. Thankfully, it was later found that it was a false active shooter alert, but the administration decided to cancel classes for the remainder of the day to allow students to rest after a stressful lockdown. This past Wednesday, dozens of students gathered to wish a farewell to Professor Nicholas Dumovich as he retires after teaching here for the past 7 years. He served at the Central Intelligence Agency for 26 years before that, so he brought a multitude of knowledge about the intelligence community to students on campus. Ashton Ferrier, a junior politics major with an intelligence studies certificate, said, Dr. Dumovich truly made an impact on many students during his tenure as director of the Intelligence Studies Certificate program. Although he is retiring, his legacy will remain as the creator of the certificate program, the Intelligence Club advisor, and as a mentor to many. Thank you, Ashton, for expressing the impact Dr. Dumovich had on our community. Last week, the Rome School hosted the spring musical Anything Goes, where hundreds of people from the CUA community attended to watch. I had the opportunity to speak with Alexis Grease, who played Mrs. Harcourt in the play, about what advice she would give to those who want to be part of a musical in the future.
If you want to be a part of a musical, I say just go for it. You know, we had a non-musical theater major in our cast actually, and he auditioned and he was one of the lead roles. So like, just put yourself out there, and if you want to have fun and play pretend, go for it.
On Tuesday, the Rome School also hosted the 2023 Spring Wind Ensemble that took place at Harkey Theater. Attendees were able to enjoy classic works of band repertoire, new compositions, and guest conductors. Another exciting event on campus happened around St. Patrick's Day with one of the a cappella groups on campus hosting Shamrock Capella. Alex Schrimmel, senior media studies major who is part of the Redline a cappella group on campus, said that's the great thing about being part of an a cappella group, is getting to perform at other invitationals and getting to create these great relationships. Thank you, Alex, for sharing the importance of the a cappella community. Yesterday, the Cardinal Broadcasting Company in the Tower co-hosted a journalism panel to give advice to students who have future aspirations to work in the journalism industry. This panel consisted of Ryan Riley, Glenn Ostin Anderson, Joseph Almo, and Greg Miklos. Joseph Almo, a Catholic University alumnus and news reporter from DC News Now, also joined me to discuss how he was able to become a news reporter that focuses on rails and runways.
I started as an evening news co-anchor for WDVM 25. Once we moved down to Washington, D.C., I talked to a bunch of our news managers and my news director and said, hey, I have a huge interest in transportation and aviation and metro, and they kind of let me run with it and report with it, and I've been doing that ever since.
With the school year coming to a close, that's all I have for you this time, Cardinals. I'm Ashley Martin, and thank you for joining me to discuss the recent events and news at the Catholic University of America.